You don't fall off low carb because you stopped wanting results. You fall off because you were hungry, tired, and there was nothing ready to eat. And in that moment, the easiest thing wins. That's not a character flaw. This is just what happens when you don't have a plan. And today, I'm going to show you why meal prep is the thing that changes everything. Hey, welcome back to Carnivore Lifestyle for Women. I'm Cristina Clark. I'm a master health and life coach and a certified personal trainer. I help midlife women stop starting over and build a carnivore lifestyle that actually fits their real life. If this is the kind of content that you've been looking for, hit the like, subscribe, and make sure you hit that bell so you never miss what's coming next. And this helps more women find this, and it's exactly why I'm here. Quick note, I'm not a doctor or a medical professional. Nothing I share in this podcast is medical advice, and always check with your healthcare provider before making any changes to your diet, workouts, or lifestyle. Here's what you're probably telling yourself when low carb stops working. You're not motivated enough. You don't have enough willpower. Something is wrong with you. But here's what's actually happening. The food is working, the plan is working, but life is happening faster than your plan can keep up with. And when life gets loud and you're hungry and tired and there's nothing ready, the easiest thing wins every time. So the problem is not you. The problem is that you're trying to make good decisions in your hardest moments without any structure to support you. And meal prep is structure. It's not glamorous, but it's the thing that makes everything else actually work. So let me paint a picture for you. I know this is going to feel and sound familiar to you, and I want you to just listen. So you start the week strong, you're eating clean, you feel good, you are in it to win it, right? And then Wednesday hits, you had a long day, you skipped lunch, or maybe you barely ate because you thought that was going to help you. And then you get home and you open the fridge and there is nothing ready in there. And your brain is not thinking about weight loss in that moment or your health. In that moment, your brain is thinking about relief, and the fastest relief wins. That's the moment that undoes your whole week. Not because you're weak, but because you were not set up to win in that moment. That's what meal prep fixes. It sets you up to win in the hardest moments, not the easy ones, the hard ones. So let me break this down super simple for you. The reason your low carb plan falls apart, it's not because of the food. The food works. The reason it falls apart is the moment that your life gets so hard and you're overwhelmed and there's nothing ready. You're going to go to simple. And simple is usually not great, right? And you're like, oh, I'll restart this thing on Monday. How many times have you done that? The moment this happens, that's where consistency dies. And that moment is completely preventable. I want to talk about how you pick times and you actually do the work, because when you have a specific time when you're unprepared, let's say, and I can tell you from experience, whenever I was unprepared, I made poor choices. So I don't know if you can relate to that, but I want you to really understand that when you're meal prepping, you are setting yourself up for success. Maybe you freeze the stuff and you pull it out the night before. So it's already there. You don't have to do any thinking. Maybe you just have some stuff in the fridge that it's good. It's just sitting in there just in case, because I know I'm going to have some busy days. But I want you to feel seen right now. I see you. I understand what you're going through. And meal prep is not about complicated food. It's not about spending hours in the kitchen. It is about having the right food ready before your hard minute arrives or your hard moment arrives, right? And you don't have to decide in that moment. You just eat. And removing decisions is what's going to change everything for you and totally change your life. I want to talk to you about decision fatigue. It is a real thing. And what happens is you make decisions from the moment you wake up to the moment you go to bed. The more decisions you make before you have to eat, the less likely you're going to choose something that makes sense for you because you're tired of it. And I want you to think that in the evening is the easiest time for you to give up because you're depleted, you're tired, and your brain's like, look, whatever. Your willpower, which doesn't exist, by the way, I have some more videos on my channel about that. But if you are trying to white knuckle it or willpower your way or have motivation, You need to have discipline. And one of the ways to have discipline is to actually meal prep in advance so you're set up for success, right? There's no way this plan could go wrong. And the reason that meal prep supports your weight loss and your health in low carb, it's not about calories. You've been lied to for so long. I have another video on my channel about this. And this is about what happens in your body when you eat consistently versus when you skip meals or you scramble or you eat low. You're not eating enough to nourish your body. Consistency keeps your blood sugar stable. I don't know about you, but we have a lot of people in this country that have insulin resistance. That is a very deep topic. Maybe I'll do one of those videos. Let me know in the comments below if you want me to do a video on insulin resistance. This whole process comes from either eating too often, eating too much of something, or not eating at all. And when you do eat, you overeat. So you shoot your blood sugar up, and then your insulin has to come in and rescue that. And it's not an ideal process. So, keeping your blood sugar stable consistently is very important. And it keeps your hormones going in the right direction. It keeps your body in the state where it can burn fat. Your inconsistency does the opposite. So, let's talk about under eating for a minute. When you undereat, you put your body in starvation mode. When it's in starvation mode, it actually stores everything you eat as fat. So if you're trying to burn fat, lose weight, heal your health, you're going to want to eat consistently and eat the right type of foods, right? Because when you undereat, it's going to backfire and you're going to overeat at night if you can't force yourself to stop eating, right? Now, I want to talk about what you feel like after you go all day and you've been good. You've eaten hardly anything and you literally think you did awesome. And then everything hits and your body's like, no, we're not doing this. I'm going to save you because you're in starvation mode. I'm going to save you. You're going to go eat. And your body will always course correct. Even when you're trying to change it and basically control it, your body will course correct. It will fix itself. So when you do this at night is when I don't want to say this word, when the extreme opposite happens and you can go off the deep end when you take one bite of food because your body is going to always take care of you. So the women who stay consistent on low carb, which when I say low carb, y'all, I'm talking carnivore. Okay. So low carb, I think is basically under 50 grams of carbs a day. But carnivores who are really working on their health and they are healing their body, they're going to do less than 20. I do about 4. I think I end up with 4 carbs a day, maybe. But it's not important that you look at all of these metrics and all this data at this point. It's really important to get consistent. And the more disciplined you are, the more prepared you will be. And the only difference really is when you're prepared, it's a skill. You need to practice this skill. You need to incorporate it on your calendar so that when you meal prep, it is a thing you actually do. And don't just willy-nilly try to throw it together all at once. You need to have your supplies, everything you need, and have a plan. Have glass dishes. Do not use plastic. I want to say that when you build consistency, that becomes your new normal. So instead of hard, it becomes consistency, right? Which is amazing. So let's wrap it up and recap. Here's what I want you to take from this episode today. Low carb works, but it only works if you stay consistent. And the only way you're going to stay consistent is if you're set up for success and you start to set things up so you win before the moments get hard, right? And meal prep is not extra. Meal prep is a strategy that holds everything else together. Without it, you're going to rely on willpower and motivation. In those weakest moments, that's when everything falls apart. I want to give you a 7-day action plan that you can choose from. I want you to identify one moment in your week when you are most likely to fall off. We're not on a wagon, y'all. We aren't falling off the wagon, but that's something I teach in my group coaching. I want you to ask yourself, what food would I need to have ready in that moment to keep myself going in the right direction? That is your starting point. One thing, 7 days. Don't try to change your entire life. I'm saying just add one thing for the next 7 days. Tell me in the comments which moment you identified. I read every single one of them. Before you go, I want to tell you something. Everything we talked about today, the struggle, the frustration, feeling that you're doing everything right and still not getting where you want to go, that's exactly what this is for. I spent years trying to figure all of this out on my own. I was researching, starting over, and feeling like I was doing everything right and still not getting where I wanted to go. The thing that changed everything for me was not finding the right information, it was having the right support when I needed it and when I was doing the hard work. I kept thinking, what if you don't have to do this alone either? What if there was a place where you had real coaching, real structure, and women around you who are on the same journey and actually get it? So I built it. I'm excited to announce that I'm launching a group coaching program on June 1st, and spots are limited. When they fill up, that is it for this round. And if you want to get in on this, I want you to go to carnivorelifestyle.com, fill out the contact form, include your name, email address, and where you heard this, and type in wait list, WAITLIST in all caps. You're going to be one of the first people notified to get the details before we launch. The link is in the description below. And if you're not subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button and the bell right now so you never miss what's coming next. Click here to keep going. I will see you in the next video.